Hey guys, so today's video I want to say thank you for 100 subscribers. I didn't think I'd get that far in less than a month. I mean, it's not that big, but to me it is. So I just want to thank everyone that has subscribed, everyone that comments, everyone that likes the videos. I hope to keep this up and keep you guys entertained. And so today I thought I'd start out with "He who shall not be named." And as you can see by that, you know exactly who I'm talking about when I'm talking about this. So I thought I'd look at his Social Blade page, see something kind of scary. You know, in favor of Halloween, as you can see, he's still going up. His subscriber count is still going up. His weekly average is 910. He's got 300 so far today, and it's only 9:30 in the morning. 700 yesterday, 700 before, 700 again. He's got over 2,000 subscribers while he's just sitting in jail right now. Just because he got arrested. And he hasn't done anything good. It's just, I don't know, to me it's scary. And it goes to what myself and This Is Not a Safe Space and Bill Dotto were talking about in our live stream. And she said that it's probably going to go up. She wouldn't be surprised if we got up to 20,000. And you know what? She might be absolutely right. What do you guys think that the cause of this is? You know, I'd like to get your guys' opinion on that. Also want to look at some reasons, some ways that both liberals and conservatives are making themselves look stupid, in my opinion. And I also want to get you guys' opinion on what you guys think this all entails. Is this scary? Is this an indication of our times and, you know, everything that is wrong with our government? So first, we're going to start out with the liberals. And this man here, Mr. Trump, he went to the World Series and he wasn't very welcome at the World Series. And Fox had this to say about that.
The president got a brutal dose of reality this week when he showed up at a stadium filled with 40,000 Americans who were not one of his carefully curated MAGA rally crowds. Of course, the folks over at Trump TV then had to go to comical lengths to try to explain away the giant crowd of people booing a wildly unpopular president. Last night, Laura Ingraham, over a banner reading "The Swamp Boos America," hilariously argued this was a good thing for Trump. Her guest, Frank Luntz, a conservative BS grifter who apparently thinks we live in North Korea, wanted to punish the crowd.
The fact is, they should hold those fans accountable. You don't boo the president. You may disagree with him. You may think that he's not what you wanted, but you don't boo him. You show respect to him.
Hold them accountable? Just a small reminder that basically the whole point of America is that you can boo the president. But at least Luntz was willing to acknowledge the booing actually occurred because the strategy over the morning show, Trump TV and Friends, was to pretend it never happened. Their coverage of the game started with a piece of video where the booing was magically inaudible and then moved to what they thought was the real viral moment of the game.
The president and first lady were at the game last night. They got there right around the time that it started, and they stayed a pretty long time. They were greeted with mixed reaction, but they were out there smiling, waving to everybody, as you can see in the crowd. I do want to tell you, there was a moment during the game last night that went pretty viral. It was a man. He was walking down the steps, carrying 2 beers, one in each hand, and the ball, literally the home run ball.
So what did you guys think about that? He was booed, which everyone can boo him. That commentary was saying we shouldn't boo him, we should show him respect. But I'm of the mind that the First Amendment allows us to boo whoever we want to boo. We have freedom of speech. We could use that speech however we want, as long as we're not, you know, doing it in a hateful way, trying to get somebody injured or killed or anything like that. No one's trying to get that done. I think that the conservatives are definitely overreaching on that. I think they're taking this whole Trump derangement syndrome thing that they talk about a little too far. which people do not like him in. The liberals do not like him. A lot of them don't. And it's safe to say that there might be something to the Trump derangement syndrome, getting a little ridiculous. We'll get into that a little later. Next, actually. But just let me know what you guys think about how his reaction to the World Series was, and this gentleman's take on, you know, not booing Trump. Okay, this next video took place at a concert, and like the World Series, it's not a take on all Americans, but it's a group of Americans that's probably, it's smaller than the World Series crowd, I'm assuming. I'm not sure where they were, how big the arena was, but just the not just the language, but the way this individual was treated up on stage, because he would not denounce Trump, in my opinion, isn't right. I'm gonna play the video, and then we're gonna get your guys' take on it.
You out in the crowd, I asked you if you with Donald Trump, you say you don't know. So since you don't know, I need you to make up your mind tonight. I need you to say your name. I want you to state your name, because I know your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your grandfather is watching. I want you to state your name and yell out Donald Trump. No, you won't. Get his ass out of here. Get him out of the stage.
From that cabinet, in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd, and you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Inciting violence. The goal is inciting violence.
Donald Trump is trying to incite violence.
This is endangering lives.
Hateful and inflammatory rhetoric creates real danger.
This is an incitement of violence.
An incitement to violence.
But this is not just incitement to violence.
This is an incitement to violence.
No, I wish we were in high school. I could take him behind the gym. That's what I wish.
Of course I want to punch him in the face.
Right.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
This is the last time an actor assassinated a president.
They go low, we kick them.
Her 3-year-old child.
Get your phone.
It's because they condone this behavior. This is their gang.
If you're going to shoot him, you've got to shoot to kill. You've got to shoot to kill.
And if there's some collateral.
So what do you guys think? Was that a case of the liberals being a little too, taking it a little too far? Being too negative towards Trump and Trump supporters? Also, I have an article here I wanted to read from the New York Times. A taco truck in Buffalo served lunch to ICE workers, then came the backlash. A request to park a food truck outside a federal detention center thrust a small company into the national debate over immigration. It seemed like a standard request for the Lloyd Taco Truck, a favorite in Buffalo. Last week, a building on the outskirts of the city asked the truck to park outside around midday so its employees could have Mexican food for lunch. But the building in Batavia, New York, was a federal detention center run by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the hungry workers were mostly ICE employees. Within hours, a small business, which serves tricked-out nachos and an El Camino bowl, was plunged into the crosshairs of the rancorous national debate over immigration. Lloyd, which operates 4 taco trucks in the area, was hit with a barrage of criticism from immigration advocates and left-leaning Buffalo residents, who accused the small business of collaborating with ICE. That the cuisine was Mexican, the nationality of many of the people subject to stricter immigration policies under President Trump, seemed like additional insult. The company's owners quickly apologized for agreeing to station a truck outside the detention center, only to find themselves apologizing again shortly after, this time for offending law enforcement. We serve all communities. We go to all neighborhoods. We are not political. Why would we be? One of Lloyd's owners, Pete Semino, said at a news conference on Monday, "How can any business choose sides in our politically divided country and ever hope to succeed?" He added, "We make tacos, not war." The owners did not respond to requests for an interview from the New York Times. The controversy has stoked divisions in Buffalo, a city that is home to many refugees and immigrants in a largely conservative stretch of upstate New York, and has shown how even small local companies can be lashed by escalating tensions over national policy. The company first apologized on Thursday for a lapse in judgment and sending a truck to the detention center on the previous day, and then promised to evaluate all future locations and events to ensure they align with its values. Lloyd also pledged to donate the lunch profits to a local immigration advocacy organization. But that apology sparked a new backlash, as some residents took offense at what they saw as Lloyd's stance against ICE and the values they believe law enforcement agencies espouse. In what world does a company feel the need to apologize for serving food to federal law enforcement officers who work in dangerous conditions? Rob Ortt, a Republican state senator and congressional candidate, said on Twitter, "The men and women who work to enforce our immigration laws and protect us deserve better." On Monday, Mr. Cimino said his company, which has around 130 employees, does not have a position on federal immigration policies. But just by appearing to take sides in the immigration debate, the company has already taken a hit. Mr. Cimino said 3 prearranged visits by a Lloyd food truck were canceled in the last week, and his Facebook page has received more than 5,000 heated comments. Honestly, we were not prepared for the anger directed at us. It was surprising and demoralizing, Mr. Cimino said. Since the Trump administration began implementing its immigration policies, the pressure on companies to reject any link to ICE has grown, often with success. 6 airlines in the United States said they would not work with the federal government to transport children who were separated from their parents by ICE. Hundreds of employees at companies such as Microsoft and Deloitte Consulting have petitioned their organizations to end their contracts with ICE. Over the summer, in anticipation of mass ICE raids, several hotel chains, including Marriott International, said they would not allow agents to use their rooms to house detained immigrants, as the agency has done when there is no space in detention facilities. Small businesses like Lloyd, which cannot usually offer significant support or services to federal agencies, are typically insulated from such pressure. It's a shame when small entrepreneurs get embroiled in something they are not giving a lot of thought to. When the big companies, Google, Facebook, drug companies, and are always involved in stuff, says Susan McCartney, Director of Small Business Development Center at SUNY Buffalo State. Still, the pushback could begin to reach a large swath of companies that work with ICE. There's no aspect of immigration detention that can survive without for-profit businesses. Sir Jennifer Connor, Executive Director of Justice for Migrant Families of Western New York, an advocacy organization in Buffalo. I think businesses have to decide what their values are and what kinds of stands they are going to take. There's no not political stance. Okay. Now this article, I think it goes, in my opinion, it goes to show just the ridiculousness of this Trump derangement thing. I mean, the whole immigration thing, there's been children have been separated from their families, not just by Trump. It's not a solely Trump thing, and I think people were just so freaked out with him winning that they're just lashing on anything that he's doing wrong and all. And for a business to get such heat just for serving ICE members, I mean, people need to eat, right? In my opinion, people need to eat. So what do you guys think of that article? How does it make you guys feel? What about the videos? How do they make you feel? Does it show the ridiculousness on both sides? Do you agree with one side more than the other? Can you see the points on either side? Can you see the points on both sides? Can you not see someone's point? Let's talk about it in the comment section, and let's have a great day, and hope everyone had a fantastic Halloween. Hope everyone